It's top 25 reaction time. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button because I make college football videos every single day, and most of the time, multiple videos. So if you don't like this video, maybe you'll like one of my other videos. So it's time for my weekly top 25 reaction video. My reaction to the AP top 25. So let's take a look at last week's top 25. Number 1, Clemson, 2, Alabama, 3, Florida, 4, Georgia, 5, Notre Dame, 6, Ohio State, 7, Auburn, 8, Miami, 9, Texas, 10, Penn State, 11, UCF, 12, North Carolina, 13, Texas A&M, 14, Oregon, 15, Cincinnati, 16, Mississippi State, 17, Oklahoma State, 18, Oklahoma, 19, Wisconsin, 20, LSU, 21, Tennessee, 22, BYU, 23, Michigan, 24, Pitt, and 25, Memphis. And we all know that the new top 25 looks nothing like that one. Well, except for the top 6. The top 6 is pretty much the same. So, of course, still at number 1 is Clemson. They are 3-0. They get 52 first place votes, which is actually down 3 votes. Last week they had 55. So, Alabama closed the gap just a smidge. Number 2 is Alabama. They have 8 first place votes. Last week they had 3, so 5 more. Hey, progress, right? Then, the first change. Number 3 is Georgia, and number 4 is Florida, so they pretty much flip-flopped each other. Yes, that was an impressive win over Auburn, so I would agree that Georgia overtake that 3rd spot and Florida down to 4. Florida still won the game, beat South Carolina convincingly, but that was an impressive win by Georgia, so I agree with that. Notre Dame hasn't played, and they had some COVID-19 issues. So, yeah, hopefully they can get back to playing football. So they stay at number 5. Number 6, Ohio State, of course, still not playing because the Big Ten doesn't start for another couple weeks. And also getting 2 first place votes. That's actually down 2 spots from last week. Last week they had 4 first place votes. So it makes no sense. They haven't played, but whatever. And then number 7 is now Miami. They jump up 1 spot. They didn't play, but Miami and Clemson are about to play each other, and that's going to be a very good, very important game. Number 8, North Carolina. They jump 4 spots. They beat a very good Boston College team, and it took an interception of a 2-point conversion to prevent overtime to seal that game. But they did it. And they benefited from Auburn losing and Texas losing. So, there you go. I'm okay with that. Penn State climbs 1 spot to number 9. Hasn't played. Big Ten doesn't play for a couple weeks. Whatever. And then number 10, Oklahoma State. They jump up 7 spots. And this is very much a benefit of the teams above them falling. You had A&M, you had Auburn, you had Texas, you had UCF. So, they climbed 7 spots, but really, Oklahoma State is not that good of a team, but they beat Kansas, and now they're the number 10 team in the nation, so there you go. Number 11, Cincinnati. They climbed 4 spots. They have solidified themselves as the best non-Power 5 team. I have said this at the beginning of the season. I ranked Cincinnati the best non-Power 5 team in the nation. I said that it looks like they are taking the mantle from UCF. But those 2 teams will play later on in the year, so we'll see how that goes. Number 12 is Oregon. They climb 2 spots. The Pac-12 is only going to play 6 regular season games, and they're not going to start till November 6th. So, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Number 13, Auburn. They fall 6 spots. I thought they would fall a little bit further than that because they got shellacked by Georgia. And I know Georgia is a good team, but dadgum, they couldn't even get in the end zone. 2 field goals. They get spanked 27-6. Not a good look for Auburn. And I was completely wrong about Auburn. There you go. Number 14, Tennessee. They keep climbing. But a lot of these climbs, like I've said before, is the benefit of the teams above them just not performing very well this week and falling well below them. But Tennessee keeps rolling. They blasted Missouri, and they climb up to number 14. BYU is looking impressive. They have shocked me. They climbed 7 spots to number 15. I agree with that. They have looked very, very impressive. They whooped Louisiana Tech 45-14, and they just keep on chugging. Number 16, Wisconsin hasn't played. I think Wisconsin will be probably the best team in the Big Ten West, but we'll see in a couple weeks. Number 17, LSU climbs back up 3 spots. They are now 1-1 after getting beat by Mississippi State, who doesn't look like all that great of a team, and then blasting Vanderbilt. So I don't know about that number 17 ranking. That doesn't fit for me, but it is what it is. Number 18, coming out of the non-ranking category, is SMU. They are quietly 4-0, and they just beat a very good Memphis team. So I agree. SMU, number 18, that is a good ranking for them. Number 19, Virginia Tech. They're 2-0. They climb out of the non-rankings. I think this is a little high for Virginia Tech, but I guess you got to put them somewhere. Number 20, Michigan. They climbed 3 spots, hasn't played. Big Ten doesn't play for 2 weeks, whatever. 21, big faller, big faller, Texas A&M. They fall all the way down to 21. Last week they were number 13, but they got smacked around by Alabama. I mean, it was embarrassing. They lost 52-24. They didn't look good, and now they're all the way down to number 21. And the biggest faller as far as the team that stayed in the rankings, number 22, Texas. They get upset by TCU 33-31. And it was that fumble that cost them because they were going for the go-ahead score. But not a good look for Texas. The Big 12 is wide open. Oklahoma State is the only undefeated team left in the Big 12. Iowa State is undefeated in Big 12 play. But Oklahoma State's the only team that has no loss at all. And they don't look good at all. So we'll see what happens in the Big 12. Number 23, Louisiana climbs back in the rankings. And they're still undefeated 3-0. Number 24, Iowa State. They climbed back into the rankings. We all remember they were number 23 at the beginning of the year. And then they lost to Louisiana, the team that is ranked 1 spot above them. And they've clawed their way back into it. And they beat Oklahoma last night, comeback victory, and they're making Oklahoma look bad. First time Oklahoma has lost back-to-back games since 1999. That's a long stretch. 21 years. So Iowa State at number 24 at 2-1. They are climbing their way back in to the top 25. And then number 25, Minnesota in the Big Ten, hasn't played. They were non-ranked last week, but I guess because of the free fall of all these other teams, they put them back in. So the teams that dropped out of the rankings, Memphis, number 25, they're the team that got beat by SMU. They are out. Number 24, Pitt from last week, they got upset by NC State, so they got knocked out. Number 18, Oklahoma, free falls completely out of the top 25 after suffering 2 losses in a row. Then number 16, Mississippi State. This does not surprise me. I told y'all last week that putting Mississippi State all the way up at number 16 just because they beat LSU was stupid. It was nonsense. And now they're completely back out of the rankings. So talk about knee-jerk reactions. You put them all the way up to 16, then you knock them all the way back. That's crazy. Then the biggest free fall of them all, UCF. They lose to Tulsa, and they drop from number 11 in the nation all the way to non-ranked. That is a free fall. So there you go. The new top 25. My reaction, crazy. A lot of free falling, a lot of mountain climbing for the teams that benefited from this free falling. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. So we'll see where it goes from here. And hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video.